Hey, what's up guys? This is Chris with Tech Nerds. Thank you for clicking on a video. So this video today is about if you're looking to get an entry-level job in the IT field, you want to start looking at some certifications. If you've done some school already, then that's great. This will just go along with what you have. But if you haven't been to school and you don't know where you fit in as far as where the field goes, you haven't done any research on what type of roles there are, this video is definitely for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some my pick for the best certification to start out with, and I'll get into a little bit of what it entails, how to study for it, and how to pass it. So let's open up Google Chrome, and if you don't know anything about certifications, one of the best companies to go for is CompTia. They're a vendor neutral company. That I basically have all of my certifications through. When you go to their website, just type in www.comptia.org and it'll take you to their main page, and what we want to do is click on their go-to certification site. So once you're here, like I said, the best thing that you want to do when you're starting your career or starting to look at careers in IT, most likely you're going to start off at the help desk. There are other certifications for help desk, but like I said, CompTia is one of the best providers of vendor neutral certifications. Preferably, a lot of people talk about the A+ certification, which is your certified computer technician, but it now, since the new versions come out, which is 901, 902, that has more of an infrastructure type role. But like I said, we're just going to focus on the very basic certification. So what we're going to do is click on certifications, and down at the core. Now, CompTia has done some different categories with their certs. Now you have your core, then you have your infrastructure, then you go to cybersecurity or additional professional. So the one we're going to look at today is IT Fundamentals Plus. Used to be called Strata Fundamentals. Now, what this certification is about, and I just took this one actually, guys, about 3 months ago, and it was fairly easy if you have some type of, IT knowledge, but basic computer skills or mobile skills, because like I said, when we peel through what the exam is part of, you're going to see everyday stuff that you actually use, and you will actually know that'll be on this exam. So that's what makes it a whole lot easier to pass. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the overview, which it says, why is it different? CompTia ITF, or IT Fundamentals, helps professionals decide if an IT career is right for them or to develop a broader understanding of IT. So like I said, it is a pre-career certification. So it does help people. It's actually geared towards students, more almost like a high school level. So I think that they're trying to get into more schools now, because I know when I was doing interning, I interned at a private school, and we actually taught an A+ class, but I felt for some people it was a little bit more advanced. So I think this would have been really great for them. So again, it's the only IT single certification that covers all areas of IT foundations, creating a broader understanding of IT, making it ideal for non-technical professionals. So this means that if you don't have an IT background, this certification is definitely for you if you want to start looking into changing your careers, or you want to know more about, if you're in a business role and you're making decisions and you want to understand more about what IT really does, because a lot of people don't, then definitely this certification is for you. And lastly, it establishes an IT education framework for students in middle school and high school. Like I was saying, it's geared more towards high school, middle schoolers, so it is pretty much easy enough for anybody to understand and pick up. So they just started out a new version of it. I took the FC0 U51, which it actually took me around, I'll probably say about 30 minutes to take. Again, it was fairly easy. The new beta exam, so this is the new version that came out, which is a lot more different than what I took. So this just ended on, I think, September 4th. So basically what this exam is made up of is IT concepts and terminology, infrastructure, applications and software, software development, database fundamentals, and security. So it really deals with a lot of everyday stuff that you'll see during any part of your career. So I think that's really cool about the certification. Again, it shows who benefits from the certification. So like I said, students considering a career in IT, professionals working in fields that require a broad understanding of IT, and marketing, sales, operations staff, and IT-based organizations. So again, this is by far one of the best beginning certifications you can take. So I really can't stress that enough. So like I said, the old one, it just really hit 4 years old. So that's why they did retire it. So when I took it, it was 75 questions. The new version, it was up here, but I believe that it's actually 110 questions now. So it actually got a lot longer. So they give you 60 minutes. They should give you 60 minutes, or at least almost 90 minutes on the new one, because since it is longer. So cost-wise, it is $119, which is a fairly good price for the certification. I would check with whatever company you work for, see if they do reimbursements for certifications of any type. I know mine does, which is really cool. So I was able to get my money back. So I really can't say anything bad about that. I wish they had the old version on here, but as they say on the new version, so starting September 4th, this is what you will take. The new CompTia IT Fundamentals exam focuses on knowledge and skills required to identify and explain the basics of computing, IT, infrastructure, software development, database use. With this new version comes the addition to the plus further distinguish ourselves within the marketplace to represent CompTia quality and standards. So that part really doesn't make too much of a difference, but again, what we want to look at is what is in the test. So let's see if we can find the objectives for SC 06, what is it? FC 0-61 61 objectives PDF. So, okay. So what I always do is when I look for taking a certification, you always want to break it down as to what's inside the test. Just like, if you're in college or took college courses, whenever you're going to take a quiz or an exam, I try to see what is going to be on the exam by the study guide. Usually they give you the study guide, and this is technically your study guide. So we're going to scroll down to the breakdown of the test. So here it is. So you have 75 questions, multiple choice. You get 60 minutes to change. They didn't change it, so that's good. So that was just on the beta exam. So IT concepts and terminology is 17% of the test. Infrastructure is 22% of the test. Applications and software is 18%. Software development, 12%. Again, this is new. I didn't see this too much on my test. Database fundamentals, 11%, and then security, 20%. So out of 75 questions, you are only going to have a small amount of questions that will pertain to database fundamentals. I actually went through just looking at your database fundamentals. I'm not really strong at that part, but database is actually really easy to learn. It's really logical, so most people can actually pick it up within a couple weeks. Software development, I would say they're probably going to focus on like Python, stuff like that, but we'll see what goes into it. So let's scroll down. Now, here's the cool thing about their PDFs that they give out. is that it basically gives you everything on the test that you need to know. So in IT concepts and terminology, they're talking about binary, hexadecimal, decimal. So this is like, when you look at learning ones and zeros, on or off, what that does with programming. Char strings, integers, floats. Yeah, so this is more of Boolean. That's more of like the programming part of it, understanding like processors. So you'll probably get questions on that. Um, yeah, data and information as assets important, investing in security, relations. So this is more stuff like coming from a business standpoint of the basics. So a lot of IT managers, or not even project managers, some may not even be like really technical. They just need to understand what needs to be done in a project. So I would say like project managers, they would most definitely take this test. Units of measure, so bits, bytes, kilobytes, kilobits, megabytes, megabits, gigabits, all stuff like that. So this is your storage. So like when you purchase a hard drive, they usually come in terabytes. So you need to know that. And then when you get to server level, now servers are going into the petabytes. That's a new buzzword now. So that's just more storage. So if you have 1,000 terabytes, that's 1 petabyte. 1,024. And throughput, so that is bandwidth going in and out. Processing speed, so more of like RAM and processors. Explain troubleshooting methodologies, so that is definitely this thing is definitely giving you really everything you need to know to pass. Like what I do is I take this objectives sheet, and I just kind of like go through everything that I don't know and look at some stuff that I do know, but definitely go through everything you really don't know. I'll just mark it, and then just go on YouTube and just start looking at videos that pertain to that subject. That's an easy, cheaper way to do it if you're kind of like on a budget. You don't really have the money to buy a book, because I can imagine the book for this is going to be probably around $50-$60. So now down to infrastructure. This is when you're dealing with networking. So yeah, it definitely gives you a great, huge outline of what you need to learn. And it's really not that much. It does seem a little overwhelming when you're dealing with the infrastructure part of it. That is a little bit more involved. So you're dealing with stuff that you kind of need hands-on, which just a lot of the stuff is, you can find around your house, like networking, Ethernet jack, Ethernet connector that is in the back of your modem, your wireless router. Wireless, you definitely, if you ever dealt with setting up a wireless router, then you see this stuff every day. Like I said, Bluetooth, your phone has Bluetooth. Thunderbolt, that is what you'll find on your high-end mobile laptops or Mac. Graphic device, so VGA, HDMI. HDMI is what you find on your TV. DisplayPort, you might find it on the TV now. I see on digital signage boards. Let's see, GPUs. These are your graphics cards. So if you've ever put a PC together, you'll probably see questions about that. Radio frequency, so wireless radio frequency, satellite, cellular. This is actually pretty easy. It hasn't starting to look like it hasn't changed that much. Now, here is what changed on the new exam: cloud storage service. So this was not on the old study guide. I do remember that. So they've added some cloud concepts in here. So you think about cloud concepts like iCloud or OneDrive, Google Drive. This is stuff you use in your everyday life. So that is cloud storage. Then you start marching on to like in the business end of it, you might deal with Office 365. That is cloud email. That's something we use in my current job, and it's one of the best things to use because it's easy to configure. Adding users is easy. Let's see, mobile phones, tablets, laptops, workstations, servers, gaming consoles. That's new. IoT, so this is Internet of Things. So like your home appliances, thermostats like Ring doorbell, your security systems, that's IoT devices, IP cameras, medical devices, that falls within that, basic networking concepts. So yeah, I mean, if you feel like you study really well, then I would definitely download this guide, and just you know go on YouTube, look at all these other yeah, look at these other domains, and you can find anything you want on either Wikipedia or, like I said, YouTube if you want a visual understanding of it. But again, I think this is a fairly easy test. I think what did change also is in software development concepts. So scripting languages, markup languages. So you're probably going to see like questions about HTML or XML, stuff like that, pseudocode concepts. So this is, yeah, software development. That if that's definitely not your thing, I will put a link to a book that I recommend on Amazon in here, and definitely check that out. Because I usually, if I don't know everything that needs to be on this test, I just go ahead and order a book. If you're definitely starting out and you don't know anything, I'll probably recommend getting a book, because that will most likely be easier for you to study on. Database fundamentals. So these are just the very basic principal concepts of database, and then it rolls down to security. So like I said, this test it seems like it's a lot, but you got to look at, if you look at all this stuff and then you got to think about it's only 75 questions, you're not going to see all of it. They just want you to know about pretty much touching these critical points, and they're giving you everything you need to really study. There's a lot more to this, but you're just not seeing everything. And then, of course, they give you acronyms at the very end. So definitely, I'll put the link for this PDF download in the description, and that way you can download it. For people, if you feel like you do need a book, again, I will leave the link for the book down in the description. So be looking for that. I hope this kind of gives you an idea of, what certifications can do for you. Once you get something like this, I would say that if you're starting out, honestly, and you're going to look for a help desk position, this should definitely get your foot in the door, because right now employers they look for experience, certifications, and or degree. It used to be where I know when I started my IT career, when I started going to school for IT, back in around 99 and 2001, that's kind of like when the market was crashing, and so then I got out of it totally altogether. Now, before then, people were going to boot camps, and companies were saying that they want to have a bachelor's degree, with X amount of years of experience, and that discouraged a lot of people. That discouraged me. And then as I got back into the field 4 years ago, I started seeing a shift where they say if you don't have a bachelor's degree, then they're looking for at least 3 to 5 years of equivalent experience. You can really, if you can wow somebody in an interview, I really don't think 5 years of experience is needed, especially for like a help desk role. But it'll definitely, again, get your foot in the door. So I highly recommend taking this exam. So the way it works is, once you pick the exam that you want to take, and like I said, IT Fundamentals is the best one to go for. You'll go to Pearson VUE. I'll do another video on how to register for certifications, because it's a little tedious. Application process, you have to create an account. You got to pay for your voucher, which you can definitely get on the store, or depending on what book you buy, they'll give you a coupon code that you can use to pay for your voucher. That's a really cool thing. So that'll knock off probably about $20 off the exam, and then So you're only really paying like $100 out of pocket for it. Usually, when you go to Pearson VUE, they actually have a coupon code for you to use before you even go to checkout. So you can always use that. So I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at technerdsofnc@gmail.com or hit me up on Instagram, technerdsofnc. I'll put that down in the description as well. But feel free to email me, contact me, tell me how I'm doing in the comments. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and God bless you. Thanks.